fellow collectors, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Downshift glider and Llamacorn Express glider from the Fortnite Victory Royale series from Hasbro, and these are our first two glider entries into this line. I guess you could make an argument that Ohm and Ollie are also kind of gliders, but this is the first two entries into what I'm calling the official glider assortment from Hasbro. The packaging's pretty standard here. It's just the glider with this really nice base that's included, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing more of these further down the line. We're actually already seeing one of these packed in with TNTina, which was recently released. That's available at most Walmarts, I think, at this point, maybe even Target now at this point. I found these two at my local Target. It was the first time I had seen them, so I decided to grab both of them. Spinning around real quick, again, you can just see the glider and the base. And then over here, it just demonstrates how, you can have a character actually hang from the glider and it still fits on the base and everything. I think you can even stand the characters down here. You can put effect pieces if you want to see explosions or things underneath them. It's really neat. So there's a lot of versatility here, a lot of playability with these. I think they look pretty cool. We'll spin around the back of this one real quick. But again, it just shows another character hanging from underneath the glider. So I think these are really neat. I'm going to go ahead and get both of these out of the packaging here, and we're going to take a closer look. So first up, we're taking a look at the Llamacorn Express glider, and we have Ripley here helping us out to demonstrate. Now, of course, all the figures are sold separately, so you don't get any figures packed in with the glider. But you get the glider itself, and you get this really massive base piece. It's actually really, really nice. It's two separate pieces. You just clip it into the bottom down here. You have a lot of these little spherical connector ports. I don't really know what those are for. I'm wondering if they're going to be selling blast effects or things like that later on that can plug into those. There are also a couple of normal pegs that you could peg a figure on there, like on the bottom of their foot, something like that. But yeah, there's a lot of these little connectors down here, and I'm not really sure exactly what those are for. But you also get Fortnite written very nicely in silver paint down here. And like I said, these are just really massive stands. I would say they're probably 8 to 10 inches tall. Probably closer to 10 if I had to guess. And then it's just got a little connector up here, that little ball joint for the glider itself to peg into. And you can kind of see how they do wobble a little bit, which kind of makes sense for gliders because it kind of looks like they're gliding in. So basically how this works, and I'll pop this off real quick, it's just a little ball joint. And this piece can kind of ratchet from side to side, so if you want to make it look like it's gliding back and forth or swaying side to side, you can definitely do that. There are tiny little bumps on this ball joint to kind of give it some traction, because it's kind of this soft rubber piece inside here, and when you go ahead and pop this on, it's very kind of fluid. It can be a little difficult, actually, to not have this move from side to side while you're trying to connect it, but if you just hold on to it, it's not too bad, and then you can kind of pop it in there. And then you have all that range of motion, and you can kind of tilt this if you want to kind of make it look like he's veering to the side or something like that. So there's a lot of playability with these, and I think there's a lot of posability, which is going to be pretty fun. And really, this should work for any 6-inch characters that you probably have. So if you want to use Marvel, Legends, Halo, any of the other IPs that have been in Fortnite, you could probably make it work. So I think that's really, really neat. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take the glider off of here, remove the figure so we can get a real close-up look at the glider itself. So taking a close-up look at the glider itself, it's pretty significant. I would say it's probably about a foot long from tip to tip, possibly longer. You have this clear piece here in between the two parts of the glider with the ball joint. You have the handles here. Some really nice vibrant colored plastic here. You have some neon yellow, some purple, some white. And then the paint of the Llamacorn, I think, is really, really well done. I like how they've achieved the kind of parachute look to this. It's very simple. You just have these 4 hard plastic chain pieces that just peg into the bottom part of the glider. And it works. It's simple, but I think it looks good. I really like it. Like I said, very colorful, very fun. I absolutely love this design up here. And it pegs into the stand very well. It supports the character's weight. I mean, yes, it does kind of jiggle a little bit, but that's just because of the nature of how it connects. I left them holding the figure for a couple hours, came back, and everything still was fine, so I'm not really worried about the weight distribution or anything like that, or having anything buckle under the weight of the figure. So, very, very cool. I'm really liking this quite a bit. Up next, we have the Downshift glider, with Dio demonstrating how the character can hang and still hover aboard the base there. Base is exactly the same as the other glider, so I'm assuming they're always going to be the same. But very cool, connects to the same way with the ball joint, so you have that bit of movement there. You can also still click this from side to side. So if you want to kind of click this one down to have it kind of veering off to the side, something like that, absolutely can. So I'm going to go ahead and unhook everything so we can take a closer look at the glider itself. So here is the Downshift glider. Definitely more subdued than the Llamacorn. Primarily black and gray with a little bit of red and blue for accent colors, but I think it looks really cool. You have these little wings on the side that you can move up and down, and of course you have the kind of parachute effect up here, which is done in the same way by having the 4 chain pieces just plug into the bottom part of the glider, and then you have the handles down here for the character to grab onto. You have the same connection spot for the base. And then you kind of have these, I'm assuming, like some kind of nitrous canisters, which is kind of fun. So I really like this one. I think it's pretty cool. Not as colorful as the Llamacorn, but still very sleek. Very cool design. I like it quite a bit. Very, very cool. I think these are a lot of fun. They are the same price as a normal figure, so they're $22.99. And that might seem like a lot to some people. It kind of did to me at first, but after handling them, I really think that it's worth it. The stands alone really just kind of blow me away. They're probably about 10 inches tall. They're really, really nice, heavy-duty stands. The gliders connect very nicely to the top. You have that ball joint, you have that swivel joint, so you have a nice range of motion there. You have all the connectors here on the bottom, which I assume are going to be for effect pieces. I wouldn't be surprised if they start selling some kind of effect piece, either with something or maybe just like a standalone collection you can buy, because they have all these connectors here, and I feel like they must be for something specific. They almost seem like the same kind of connector that the ball joint could peg into. So I'm wondering if it's something along those lines. You also have some standard pegs so that you can have some characters peg in, like I have Dio over here on this side. So you have a lot of options, and I just think those bases look great on their own. The gliders are amazing, really much larger and heftier than I thought they were going to be. Very nicely detailed and painted. Some of them have some moving parts and things like that. So overall, I just think they look really nice, and everything holds up. I've had the glider holding a character here on this stand for a few hours. Nothing's falling, nothing's bending, everything's holding the weight very well, so very heavy duty. I think they look great. I think this is like a really fun display option, because even if you have a bunch of these figures, you could get gliders for everyone. You could have them hanging, you could just have them posed, however you want, but it's kind of like a fun display piece, and because you get the stand all in one, it just really works. So I think they're a lot of fun, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.